Hello, I'm live now. My name is Dr. Thomas Maples, and I am coming to you from Carol's Candles. And today we are going to discuss finding balance in the new year, the elusive art of cultivating happiness. If you could see that I have my bird in the back of me, he may squawk, so if he gets a little loud, I apologize beforehand. But I'm filming this in a new location. For those of you who had followed me in the past, I welcome you back. For those of you who are new, I welcome you and I look forward to answering any questions that you may have in moving to finding your resolutions for the new year. So today, I'm going to start off with a quote by John Lennon. When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. Life comes to us with a series of paradoxes, and whether it be black, white, night, day, right, wrong, good, evil, holy, bad, happy, sad, yin, yang, man, woman, these things vie for our attention. And today I heard a ancient Cherokee proverb that we have two wolves, and one's an evil and an angry wolf, while the other's a good and a balanced and healthy wolf. And the wolf that we feed most is the wolf that we eventually become. And so today I wanted to begin the discussion of finding balance in the new year and how we deal with emotional health, especially as parents, working with children as a means to teach them emotional health for their future journeys. And so, as a psychotherapist, one of the first things that I see is that people often come to me in search of happiness, and in their search for happiness, a lot of times they view themselves as being as not engaging in a life path they want to seek. And so part of what we do as a within psychology is to help people identify the paths that they want to seek, to identify their dreams. In fact, one of my first aspects of working with people is to help them identify what direction they want to go and what dream they want to take part in. And this really forms also the foundation for New Year's resolutions. It's a new year. What do you want to do? One of my New Year's resolutions was to make 2019 one of the best years of my life. And in order to do that, I realize I'm going to have to learn how to cultivate happiness within my life. And sometimes that gets locked out as an adult as we get pulled in multiple different directions, especially in between work, family, life. Social obligations. And what I'm seeing a uprise in recently is the internet buying for our attention, especially as it relates to family time and or work time. A lot of it seems to be getting convoluted together. And so part of what we do is to find balance in between these different entities that buy for our attention. And so when I take a look at the elusive art of cultivating happiness, by first defining what it is that we dream about, what are our end goals, we could then begin to pick apart what steps that we need to take in order to find our life and live it in a stress free way. And so, one of the things that I notice occurring way too often, especially as I have seen on TV in recent years, is that because of stress levels, we actually are in a process of trying to use pharmaceuticals as a means to help us deal with the emotional stress, and this just simply is not going to work in the long term. A lot of people view emotions as maladaptive, and they seek happiness, but they don't understand that there's multiple emotions that have to lead into happiness. In order to be happy, we cannot negate the aspects of being feeling sad. In order to be happy, it's very much interlinked to our capacity to love. And in order to be happy, there is going to be times where anger and fear occur also, especially as it relates to working within relationship with one another. And so, what we learn in modern day is that emotions may be something to negate or may be something to get rid of. And this simply isn't the case. We actually have to learn how to work with our emotions, and we really have to learn how to utilize them in a manner that is beneficial not only for us as individuals, but also as a means to teach our children effective ways to cope and to deal with emotional stress as it arises. Sometimes we look to medicate emotions away, possibly drink emotions away, or even use drugs as a means to get rid of emotions. And this is not a long term solution. In fact, it leads more into a death drive versus a drive for life. And that's why on the end of pharmaceutical commercials, you usually will hear a 30-second to 1 minute spiel about every single side effect that can possibly be fatal and or harm you in the long term. So how do we deal with emotions in the long term as a means to help cultivate happiness? As a parent and as a psychotherapist, I view this as being one of the major one of the major studies that needs to occur. We are promised, like I said, happiness from multiple different directions, but people just do not seem happy through the lifespan. And so some of the things we have to do is first to identify a dream. And as John Lennon said, all he wanted to be when he grew up was to be happy. And he linked that to life. And so happiness is not a state to be acquired, it's a state to be learned. And it doesn't just come to us from outside. Actively have to work towards finding happiness. We have to work the paradoxes that are there. So, if stress is happening at the work setting, then we have to find ways to begin to adapt to work or possibly even move away from it into another area of life that would be more beneficial to our happiness factor. The other idea is to begin to explore your self concept, and to view it as a journey, not to be gone through, but actually as a means to learn more about yourself through each and every stage. And so, as I begin the new year, one of my goals for the year is to find out how really to cultivate happiness. As the new year begins, the former skin is shed. 2018 is over. What could we do for 2019? What could we do to drive ourselves or to push ourselves into a new state that cultivates happiness within? Well, for now, this is one of the first parts of a series that I'm going to be doing on a weekly basis. Part of it is touching upon men's issues. The other part is touching upon issues of fatherhood and also practical parenting, which is a very important aspect. I feel that we all can use help with as it relates to the journey of raising children. And so I welcome any comments in the future, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And I look forward to seeing you on the next chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to write. I'm more than happy to answer you. Recent topics I've explored have been narcissism and practical parenting and other psychological issues. And so I'm more than willing to speak with you, and hope to answer any questions that you may have. If you wish to join me live, we will be doing this weekly on Wednesdays. I look forward to speaking with you. Hope all is well, and I look forward to helping you advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. Thank you, and have a good day.